Hi, I'm Kevin Matthews, Scottish film fan living in England, and this week we watched Even Hitler Had a Girlfriend, and then we watched a film with movie star Jeremy Renner, which kind of falls in line with the title of the first movie we watched. There you go.
I'm Dave Gray, and this week I learned it's not what you can do, it's what the girl who comes through your TV to kill you with fright can do. That really matters.
Hi, I'm Craig, film enjoyer living in England. I'm going to give you some Craig trivia today. My nipples are so small that my wife refers to them as pips. So there you go.
That's hot.
Another one of those next week, or not. I might have shared too much already.
Is it just pips or pipples?
No, just pips. Pipples
Just
didn't make
pip,
sense.
like nips.
Kevin, come on.
Come on, Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be classy, fucker.
I'm Tyler Hosley, and this week I learned it is not wise to get spider guts on your skin mags, and this is Raiders of the Podcast.
Yay! I feel really weird yaying after that, but okay.
I went to the theater and I saw Weapons. I loved it, like everyone else in the world seems to as well. It's really hard to talk about without spoiling. Like it's almost impossible. But I loved it. The ending is fucking hysterical. I was cracking up in the last 5 minutes. Just that ending is just amazing. Kreger is truly on top of his game right now. Just yeah, Weapons is awesome. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's really good. Go see it in the theater. It's fucking awesome. And besides that, just more TV. I started a new show called City on a Hill. It's a '90s period piece Boston set crime drama. Kevin Bacon plays a piece of shit dirty cop. Jonathan Tucker is in it. You guys know I love Jonathan Tucker. He's really good in that. So far, it's excellent. Super gritty, and Kevin Bacon is just a fantastic piece of shit, dude. He's so good in it. But yeah, that's pretty much me. Besides that, and I've been watching Alien Earth, but it's only like 3 episodes in. But Alien Earth is just amazing so far. Just I'm loving it. But yeah, that's me.
I watched Together, the 2025 film Together. I dug that. That was a pleasant surprise because I saw the poster. I did the movie equivalent of judging a book by its cover because I saw the poster. Well, it looks like basic, body horror, and then I read the synopsis and said, yeah, that's definitely some basic bitch body horror. But I liked the film a lot more than I expected to. It was a lot more interesting. It is heavy-handed as fuck, but I didn't really mind. I thought both leads were good. I thought it was a very good idea to have a married couple in the two leads because it just sold that relationship just instantaneously. It's grim, it's grisly. Like there are parts that have me like shuddering, and it's very funny. It made me laugh a whole bunch. My only issues really are. There's a 10-minute stretch within the third act where they try to explain the plot, and it's not necessary to explain, and the explanations are much fun, and it wastes an actor that I normally usually enjoy. And what was my other issue with it? It's just, yeah, I just, I think that was my only issue with it. If it is, if it's not, I can't remember the other one. But it's just there's 10 minutes where it really just kind of sucks, and it looks like it's gonna like blow it, and then it doesn't blow it. I really like the ending. Apart from some dodgy CGI, there's a needle drop at the end of that film, which was just perfect. I mean, the film isn't perfect, but it's a lot of fun, and it's gross. And I was surprised. I knew I was going to enjoy Alison Brie, because I always do, but I really enjoyed Her Husband as much as I've ever enjoyed what's his name again? Had the husband?
Dave Franco.
Yeah.
Franco.
It's not only the most I've enjoyed Dave Franco, it is the most I've ever enjoyed a Franco. So yeah, I really dug. Together. It's good fun. Then
to be fair, the Francos have kind of buried the bar.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't think Dave's ever been particularly awful. He's just been very average. Whereas James is all over the shit and definitely shouldn't be allowed to direct. Dave I've always found really inoffensive, but I liked him and I liked his mullet. I was like, definitely next time you cut my hair, that's the haircut I want. Then I watched the Devo documentary on Netflix. I'm not sure if it was made by Netflix. It seemed to be, but it was also very good. So I'm not really sure what Netflix's involvement was. My habit at the moment is watching documentaries on subjects I don't really know. So I wasn't usually knowledgeable of Devo's work. Once I pressed play, I was like, oh, I know that song. But it was just a really interesting. They have a very interesting journey they go on. Like I had no idea that the two heads of the band were present at the Kent. Well, where was that massacre? The Kent State.
Kent State, yeah, Kent
They were
State.
present at the Kent State shooting, which made an impression, and they turned into a really interesting band who were really like more of a performance art kind of vibe than just a straight band. But I really like their early punkier music. It's really, really good, and their stories are really fascinating. They're very interesting people. I couldn't believe that Bell had gone on to write so much music for films all over the place. There's so many children's cartoons. He wrote the theme for Rugrats, which is a beautiful piece of music. I just found Devo to be very, very interesting people, and it's a case of a band that couldn't have happened at any other time. The times made them, and yeah, I really recommend that. But even if you don't have any interest in Devo at all, because I had minimal interest, I'd go and watch that. Has anyone else watched it, or just
Not
like
yet.
Devo?
I don't have Netflix. I do love Devo, but I don't currently have Netflix. But the documentary, for the record, I think it's distributed currently by Netflix. I don't know how long that's going to last, but it's made by Fremantle. It's the same company that made Priscilla and Poor Things, and
okay.
like they've done a bunch of documentaries too. But I am totally brain farting on any of them. But yeah, they're an independent production company.
Yeah, so
I think they made
it's
the Deadliest
a nicely
Catch
made
TV
one.
show.
Oh, okay, okay. They're casting their net wide, but
Yeah, they do. I would not swear by it, but I think they made Deadliest Catch at least 1 or 2 seasons.
Okay. Well, I recommend the Devo documentary, and I especially Dave, because Dave likes Devo. I might run out and get the first album I'm going to listen to them first, but I definitely prefer the earlier punkier stuff to the more kind of electro stuff I did later. But it was all good. And then tonight, I really wanted to watch the Toxic Avenger. Like I want it now, and obviously I couldn't watch it, so I watched the original Toxic Avenger, and it was great. I haven't seen it for it's so disgusting and so the gore effects are so good, and it's funny in ways that it shouldn't be. Like not many films can get away with being so like violently un-PC as trauma movies get away with it. I'm not even sure how they do it, because any other film I see like along these lines, I'll be, yeah, that's kind of problematic. Now with trauma, you just kind of, yeah, they're just kind of foul, and it's made to annoy absolutely everybody, and I really enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed the gore. I found it quite funny. I like the performances because they're just completely unhinged. But I think the thing that I really enjoyed was that you really come to just love the character of Toxie. You want him to. When it comes to the end and like he's having his little Spartacus moment. I didn't tear up or anything, but I was like, yes, I fucking love you, Toxie. I'd be standing there in front of between the cops and their guns and you, Toxie. I believe in you. So yeah, I really enjoyed the Toxic Avenger, and I might squeeze in the other. I might squeeze in the other 3, but I might just squeeze in the 4th one before the Dinklage one drops. I know T likes. You all like the Toxic Avenger, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I love Toxie. I can't wait. I can't wait for the the beat 'em up based on Toxic Crusaders to come out in December.
Oh, nice. Okay, I remember. I any idea what Toxic Avenger was, and I really liked it as a kid. It's a wild decision, but Lloyd knows how to make a buck. He knows how to make a buck and then spends like 1% of it of that buck on his films. You got to appreciate it.
What I would say, Craig, for an extra toxic fix, if possible, is on like Apple a while ago they had Toxic Avenger the musical just for a few quid. So I bought
nice.
that. I'd seen it when it was in Edinburgh some years ago and enjoyed it live. So obviously it might not be as much fun just sitting watching on the screen, but it was definitely a fun time when I saw it. So I just paid a few quid to own it, and it's definitely fun anyway in some format, so it might work for you.
All right, yeah, I'll add it to the list. And I just bought from Video Syndrome Sergeant Kabuki Man in 4K, so I'll throw that on the pile as well. Yeah, that's me for the week. Together, Devo and Toxic Avenger, all of which I enjoyed.
I saw more than Craig, but I would like to note, but before moving on, my favorite Devo album is "Oh No, It's Devo," which they made after reading reviews. One that called them clowns, and another one that called them fascists. So they went, "What would a record by fascist clowns sound like?" And that's "Oh No, It's Devo." It's their least punk. I don't think there's any guitars in it at all, or very, very little. It's almost all synth and drum machines. But
yeah,
it has this great metronome robotic feel. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And they recovered a fucking song by David Hinckley or John Hinckley on
nice.
it. Yeah, so
I was amazed by the people they work with. Like as soon as David Bowie heard him, he's like, "Yeah, I want to work with you." They worked with Brian Eno, who's god level person to work with, and it's just funny to imagine them in the same room together because that's not a mix that should work. And I'm just super interested in Devo now. I wasn't before, so yeah.
Yeah, I love Devo. I really do. Anyway, so this week, besides the podcast movies, obviously, I was flipping around and I saw that Gags the Clown had been put up on Shudder, and I went, "Oh, fuck it." I think I remember watching this. I don't remember why. Because in 2016 it had kicked off the Clown Panic that I'm sure us old heads all remember. I'm watching it, and do you know who shows up? Do you know who shows up?
I do.
Our good friend, Aaron, who will be guesting on the podcast next month. And it was co-written by John Pata, who we all also know, the director, editor, and writer of Deadweight, which also stars our buddy Aaron. So, I didn't hate Gags the Clown. I didn't like Gags the Clown. I enjoyed seeing AC as a right wing podcaster. So there was that.
Actually, reminds me. One of my films had one of my friends in it as well this week. When I watched The Toxic Avenger, it had I think the debut screen performance of my very good Facebook friend Patrick Kilpatrick, who is my friend because we have spoken briefly. So that's it.
Awesome. That's fantastic. We both watch movies by friends, and I watched a movie by a guy that's an enemy, though I've never met him this week. Anyway, that comes later. I've been catching up on Dan to Dan, the anime series. Just watched episode 20 before we started. It's really good. You should watch it if you enjoy really good animated shit. And besides that, I deep dove the Ringu series. I love the first one. I think the first one is fantastic. It's one of my all-time favorite Japanese horror films. I don't think the series overall is as good as Ju-on, but I enjoy Ringu. I think it's a lot of fun. I do not care for Ring 2. Ring 2 just kind of really sucks. And then I watched Ring 0, which is fine. Like, again, I don't think it's great, but I love the character of Sadako, so more Sadako is good. But then I decided to go back and watch Spiral, and I really like Spiral over Ring 2, which supplanted it. It's also based on the books, unlike Ring 2, and I don't think 0 is based on a book, but Sadako 3D is, and a couple others. Like, it's weird which ones are and which ones aren't based on books.
Let me impress you,
But
Dave.
yeah.
I inadvertently read Spiral
Oh,
once and was like, oh,
nice.
I've still never actually seen the film, even though I have that Ring set. But I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is, the blurb was like part of the Ring series. I was like, is it? And yeah, it wasn't a bad little read. I'm sure it's not going to be one of your highest recommendations, but it was all right.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just it. Like, I think Spiral's interesting, and that is more than I can say about the official sequels because it's been removed from continuity now. It's worth watching if you're interested in the series. But it's not bad. It might be a little misguided, leaning a bit more into sci-fi than horror, but it's a solid follow-up, and it's a shame that it's mostly forgotten now, to be totally honest. It's easy to find, but you just don't hear people talking about it, and that's a shame because it's a decent one. And that's me this week.
I also watched Together, which I probably didn't like as much as Craig, but it wasn't bad. I just kind of hoped it would do a bit more. There are moments in it that are hinting at something much more interesting, I feel, and then it sort of drops that in the in favor of the body horror moments, which are also good. I liked Brie and Franco in the lead roles. I think they do well with the physical performances, and yeah, I mean it's all right, but it wasn't like great. I don't think. I watched Beating Hearts, and that was a film I picked because it stars Adele Exarchopoulos.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'll watch anything with her in it. It's very much familiar territory in that it's it's a French language crime thriller. Some years past with the main characters, but I really liked it. Basically, there's a young girl called Jackie who befriends this boy Clotaire, and they have this connection developing, but Clotaire is, starting really a life of petty crime that will escalate. And then you see them again in their adult years. And what things happen. But I just really liked it. It had a great soundtrack, including making use of a couple of excerpts from the score of Escape from New York. Now, I can't recall if these pieces were in the film or if they're Carpenter tracks that were like added to the soundtrack later, but never there. There's one that's called The Bank Robbery, and the other one might have been like just the Duke or the arrival of the Duke. And I couldn't remember if they were in Escape from New York when it was sort of first released. But it was quite cool to hear them, and then my spidey sense was tingling, thinking, I know that music. What's going on? Tyler, did you like The Strangers Chapter 1?
I thought it was okay. I mean, I like the first one a lot better. The original what's his name, Brian Bertino one. I like that one a lot. I thought, I mean, it was okay. It was an all right, just almost carbon copy.
Yeah, sure. It was a bag of flaming shit. It was just not good. But yeah, no, like there's enough done competently that I couldn't say it's there with the worst I've seen. But I don't know about you. I did feel that the best bits were bits that copied elements from the first film anyway. And I was like, yeah, it was just all done, I think, like quite a bit better in the first film. It's just it's odd because, well, it's not odd. It happens a lot, doesn't it, with sequels or remakes? Sometimes you watch them and you're just like, I kind of like this bit, but I like it because I also liked it the first time. And the first time I think it was done a bit better. And there's some stupidity in this that I could not forgive. Like at one moment, people try and escape in a car. They are, let's say, attacked by people in another car. So they give up on using their car to escape and go away. Meanwhile, the other car has been left. If I remember right, the engine's still running. I'm like, just go and try and use that car then if there's nobody near it. 'Cause I'm not explaining it well because I'm trying to still stay vague. But trust me, there's, standard horror movie character stupidity running through this, which I didn't appreciate. I finally watched The Decline of Western Civilization, the first one. I'd never seen any of them. I really liked that. Speaking of music docs, I'll need to line that Devo one up because that sounds good. The Decline of Western Civilization was very good, and I'm happy to have knocked that off the list. I think it's a good reminder of why punk sort of feels necessary to people, or felt so necessary, and it shows the attitudes and mindsets of people behind the music and the stage performance. For the most part, I think it's really good. I watched a little film called Moving from 1993, which I really enjoyed, and it basically focuses on a young girl who sees her parents sort of growing apart and heading for divorce. It is from director Shinji Sumai, and I've seen 2 of his films now. I think the other one was just called Friends or Friendship. And
The Friends, which you watched
they're
here.
both good. Oh, was it? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's the one. And yeah, they're both really good. Moving is helped by the cute girl in the lead performance, Tomoko Tabata. She plays Renko, and she's just like, she's got a really great presence, a really natural way. It's really sweet and wonderful, and I enjoyed it. And then last but not least, I decided to see if I would be Team Tyler or not, and I got along to watch The Life of Chuck. And unsurprisingly, I am not Team Tyler, but maybe a bit surprisingly, I didn't love it. I kind of wanted to love it. It's, I, I don't know, and it's like, there's some good stuff in there. Like there's a highlight at the halfway point, and there's maybe a couple of other really good scenes, but not enough for the runtime. And the fact that they play things out as a mystery in the first section, like it's 3 acts, but they're working so in reverse chronology, really. Yeah, they play things out as a mystery, and there's no mystery to it. Certainly not once you get a couple of big signifiers about what's happening. So that doesn't work. It really need to be, I think, approached from a different angle, maybe restructured. There's quite a few people in the supporting cast wasted, including Rahul Kohli, Matthew Lillard, because he's only in like I think one scene and a bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could kind of see why Tyler hated it, and then on the other hand, I'm like, there's actually not enough to get worked up about. So I was a bit surprised that you just liked it so much, Steve, even though it's like not really your bag. I know you generally don't like Flanagan stuff. You think just because they were going for the twee and the sentimental?
It was. I mean, I don't mind sentimental and schmaltzy, but I just thought it laid it on way too thick. Like it was just too much, and that voiceover narration just got on my nerves after a while. It was just too much.
I was going to say that's one of the things I really like though, because it's Nick Offerman and his voice. You know, he could just read a menu to me, and I would be delighted, especially as he would enjoy savouring all the meaty dishes. But yeah, I liked the voiceover. I liked the dancing. That was kind of a theme running through there. Chiwetel Ejiofor is really good. Karen Gillan is not so good in her role, but she's there. I think all of the people who played Chuck were generally fine. Obviously, Tom Hiddleston's on the poster, but he's one part. The other one I really liked was a young lad called Benjamin Pajic. He plays Chuck at a time when you're shown some more dancing in his life, and I really liked that. Mark Hamill was overdoing things slightly as a grandpa, hiding in alcohol sometimes, but it was good to see Mia Sara on screen again. There's good and bad in this, but I'm surprised by how many people seem to really love it. Like it just should have been, I think, handled a bit better. But I don't know. Who am I to give Mike Flanagan notes? I know T dislikes him and he's probably divisive to some, but he seems to be doing well at what he's chosen to do.
Be McGarris 2.0?
I was
That's
about
not
to say
something
that, but
anybody
yes.
should want to be.
I think he's far better than Mick Garris 2.0, personally.
I think you're being far too kind because, I don't know, England for some reason.
The Psycho 4 is
No.
better than anything Mike Flanagan has made by far.
That's not true, T. That is not true.
Oh,
And I'm saying this as someone who also didn't love Hush, so I'm not saying everything Flanagan does.
Oh, I
is
fucking
great,
hate Hush.
but
I hate Hush. Not only because it's fucking Hush. Hate that fucking movie. And anytime somebody's like, Hush is so good, I just want to kick him downstairs.
Granted, I haven't seen any of his TV stuff, so I don't know. I just don't like his movies, but I haven't seen his TV work, so that might be okay. But
Now think about his movies, but 8 hours instead of 1.5.
it sounds like pain. Horrible, horrible pain. But maybe one day. Who knows?
I think you might even like, God damn it, Midnight Mass. I think you might enjoy it.
I don't. I think Craig is lying to you.
I'd never lie to you, T. I'd never do that.
That is a lie.
I'd never lie to you, and I'd never try and trick you into voting against your own pick. I wouldn't do these things to you. Not to you. Okay?
you're like the personification of those talking door knockers in Labyrinth, but you're both lying at the same time. That was me, by the way. Ended with
Oh
Chuck.
yeah. I figured you did. This week we saw the I don't even know what to call this movie. 1991 Wiki calls it black comedy. Even Hitler Had a Girlfriend. And the 2010 American crime action thriller The Town. Hey Kevin.
Yeah.
Would you like to pick a movie and tell us about it?
Sure, yeah. I'll flip a coin here. Actually, I'll go for The Town. The Town is
no surprise.
co-written by Ben Affleck, who also directed, and is about a bunch of guys in Boston who rob places, and in their latest job, women at the bank played by Rebecca Hall, has seen a tattoo on one of the robbers. That tattoo belongs to Jeremy Renner's character, but it's okay because Ben Affleck will keep an eye on Rebecca Hall and make sure she doesn't see anything else that she shouldn't see and isn't won over by FBI in the shape of John Hamm. That covers it. There are different relations and problems. There's got to be a big score. Yeah, it's the town. It's Boston, baby. I think when I first saw the town, I really liked it, and I watched it and I thought it's really trying to sort of kind of be Heat, but in a sort of low down, more working class, grimy and gritty way. And then whenever I've watched it subsequently, I've been a little bit more disappointed by it because it feels so much more obviously trying to emulate Heat without doing it as well. Funnily enough, similar to what I was saying about the Strangers Chapter 1, although not in such a terrible and incompetent way. Now, the screenplay was worked on by a few people. It's based on a novel by Chuck Hogan that I haven't read, unsurprisingly, which may have been written a long time ago. I'm not sure of the timeline with this and Heat.
2004.
But, okay. So that's after, isn't it? Was Heat late 90s, early 2000s?
95.
Oh, was it that long ago?
Yeah.
But that's, films can work on similar themes. There's no law against films covering similar ground. That is not the be-all and end-all of anything. There are just there are moments in this that almost cry out to be a comparison point, and in the town it will fail in comparison to what it's running closest to, whether that is the confrontations between, say, John Hamm's character and Ben Affleck when they occur infrequently, whether it's the live wire of the group, endangering everyone by being a wild card, or even a moment towards the end of the film that is very much like the great moment in Heat where Val Kilmer is trying to check in on, I think his partner was played by Ashley Judd in Heat.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for any tells or signals. Like even that, like I'm watching the town and that moment doesn't affect me as it should, because I'm feeling slightly irritated that it's coming closest to the similar moment in Heat. So that's a shame, because otherwise I do like what's here. I think Affleck is good in the lead role as well. I think Rebecca Hall is a great co-star for him, because those two really carry it. Renner is, I mean, it's good that he's kind of the annoying douche in this, because he seems to do quite well in this, that kind of role. So he's all right. I like generally everyone in the supporting cast. Ham is fun. Titus Welliver is good in his role. You've got small roles for Pete Postlethwaite, Chris Cooper. Like it's a good assembly of talent. And then you've got a couple of robbery / escape set pieces that are pretty well done. They don't really feel as sort of grounded and realistic as you might find elsewhere, and it's not a case of you being shown every detail of the plan and knowing that somebody has covered every eventuality. But they're good enough for a film that wants to explore the characters, but also keep enough momentum going on the way to the end. So I do like The Town, and I like it quite a bit. It's just that over the years, whenever I've rewatched it, it's always gone down a little bit, because then I remember sort of how much it reminds me of other stuff, and it's not quite on par with those personally. But yeah, I mean, it's a good one, and I mean, for a tea choice, sometimes something like this is bliss. It's like, this is a tea choice, and it's pretty slick. It's pretty mainstream. Nobody has sniffed a bag of cinnamon off a hooker's backside for at least 20 minutes. I'm quite happy and content. This is a fairly normal standard movie.
Should I go?
Oh, please.
Okay. Yeah, I'd actually been meaning to rewatch this. It was on my schedule, high up on my pile, because I saw, I guess on Facebook they call them reels these days, little videos on Facebook. I kept seeing it, and it didn't have like a weird filter over it. It wasn't at double speed, so everyone had chipmunk voices. It didn't have a fucking monotone AI narration where it's like, man with giant chin enters flower. None of that. It just had that clip of Postlethwaite and Affleck, and Postlethwaite like giving Affleck some home truths, and it's such a fucking great scene. Postlethwaite is so fucking good in it. It's like, yeah, I really need to rewatch this movie, and then Tyler dropped it on us, and I was really happy. That scene is still great, and there are, I think, a lot of great scenes in this film. Like everything with Postlethwaite rocks. The first kind of the police interview where interview Affleck, that's really good. Affleck going to prison to visit Chris Cooper. Like they're all really good scenes. That there are little pockets of them throughout the film that are really strong, but they're good. But like they're working hard to hide kind of how empty and stupid quite a lot of the like connective tissue is, and the overall story is. And also, like, even when you have these strong scenes, they're all kind of the same lightweight take on the cup of coffee scene from Heat. They're not just moments from Heat, they have specifically the cup of coffee scene, and there are a few of them. And I think, like Kevin said, the problem with making a film about a crew post 1995 is you're inviting comparisons to Mann's film because of his reputation and how it covers so many of the bases. You can't help but tread ground that it already tread. Like Heat is almost like Michael Mann made a patent for armed robber films. Like you got to steal from him. It can't be helped. And The Town just does kind of absolutely nothing at all to distance itself from Heat. In fact, it's way too to just glide along in Mann's slipstream. And it's a shame because like, there's lots of stuff that I like. Dave's going to disagree, I know, but the whole cast, like everyone, like Ben Affleck can be, has been, will be, again, awful. I know he can be awful, but when he's playing this kind of sad boy, battered soul with the weight of the world on his shoulders, that's in his wheelhouse. That's what he does well. He's a man who he went for round 2 with J-Lo and married her. Like this man hates himself, and he really that translates into his acting work. So I like him here. Early on, I thought maybe Hammersmith's car, but like the more the character reveals bits of himself and reveals himself to just be this kind of unethical alpha male douchebag, the role kind of fits him like a glove. Renner, see, my relationship with Jeremy Renner, and this is not a real relationship, but just a film actor, film watcher relationship is complicated because few people have disappointed me more than Jeremy Renner, because I remember seeing like Dharma, which he was so good in, and then The Hurt Locker, which he was so fucking good in, and then even silly stuff like SWAT. Like he was stealing that film from like the star cast. Like I thought he was well way to become this really talented like character actor, supporting actor, and I was interested to see what he did next. And what he did on the franchise train with like both feet. I mean, he jumped on the franchise 3 feet. He jumped on Mission Impossible. He jumped on Bourne. He finally jumped on one that worked with the Avengers. Like, I don't know whether it's his choice or his man. So get yourself a franchise, and it's a shame because he should have been doing more interesting. I really like him here, man. He's chaotic. He's got this weird vulnerability. He's very funny here and there. Like there's a part where he's at a strip club. You just see this brief shot of him at a strip club, and he's doing the psychopath dead eyes with like stripper booty, like an inch from his. He's really good. Peak Possible Freight is chilling. Like Rebecca Hall is fantastic. She's always fantastic. Titus Welliver. I love Chris Cooper. Blake Lively. This is the best performance of her career, I think. I doubt there is anything on this page for her to take a character from. On the page, I guarantee it was just our slut Barbie. But the character is cliche, but she gives it soul. She gives a 2-dimensional parts from soul. I think the whole do that. I think this screenplay is probably bare bones when it comes to characterization, and the cast have to bring it all with them. They have to bring everything to the set because it's not being given to them in the script. The direction is all right. It's kind of generic, kind of solid, workmanlike, but unremarkable. The high scenes are strong, but even they're a little over-edited. Like you can tell what parts got Affleck excited and wait to direct, and what was just kind of like palmed off onto second unit because didn't really have much interest. It's fine. I like it's fine, but I think there's a better film in here. I was talking to Dave the other day, and I think with this and his film he made before, first directorial film, The Missing Child.
Gone Baby Gone.
Oh, Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah, I think he's so close in both of those to making stripped back neo-noir films that could be so good. Like this film, I would have one heist at the beginning of the film, no more heists, and then just concentrate on the characters. The relationship between Affleck and Hall and Renner coming into it and the complications there. Like there's so much promise there that you could make a real like nasty little, noir crime thriller. But I can see Ben Affleck wanting to be taken seriously, wanting recognition, and maybe wanting a few shiny things put on his. And he gets in his own way. I like the film. I just, like Kevin said, it copies Michael Mann's homework too much, and I don't know. I can just see ways where choices Affleck could have made that would have made me enjoy it more. But, great cast, and I enjoy it overall.
Yeah, nobody's going to be surprised by what I'm about to say. I do not enjoy it overall. I don't think it's terrible. I just don't think it's very good. I mostly agree with Craig and Kevin on a lot of things. I think a lot of the supporting cast is excellent. I think Rebecca Hall does the best with what she's given. Blake Lively does give her best performance, but it's a nothing character. It's the same with Titus Welliver. It's always great to see Titus Welliver pop up in fucking anything. The man is fantastic, but he's given nothing. And his only fucking scene where we get to learn a little bit about his character, it's just exposition from Ben Affleck, poorly fucking delivered. Chris Cooper, great. He's in one fucking scene. He's really good in that one fucking scene. But who is he acting off of? Fucking Ben Affleck, who sucks in this movie. Ben Affleck is trash in this film. I don't know what you're fucking talking about, Craig. The man is sleepwalking through it. He is too busy directing poorly to give a fucking performance. Pete Postlethwaite, always great. And he is fantastic in his scenes. But again, mostly working with Affleck, who is just half asleep through this fucking movie. Man doesn't emote at all. He plays an absolute trash human being who is slightly better in the shitty book, but it's also a shitty book by Chuck Hogan, who's a shitty author. But that's neither here nor there. It's bad. The things Doug does are atrocious, especially how he treats all the female characters, but nothing comes of it. It doesn't mean anything. His whole film long manipulation of Rebecca Hall's character is paid off in the worst fucking way possible. The first heist is good. The second heist is okay. The final heist is one of the dullest heists ever filmed. It is endless. It is intolerably dull. If you don't know what's going to happen the second it starts, all the way up to the stupid fucking bullshit ending, you weren't paying fucking attention. And maybe if you just turn your brain off and watch it, it's fine. But I don't, and I hated it. I hated every fucking bit about it, including the final seconds. He just dumps a bag on her to set her up for the fucking robbery. She can't do anything with that fucking money. What the fuck are you doing? It's just too dumb for its own good. John Hamm is terrible in this movie. John Hamm is also just fucking there. He doesn't give character or plot or anything interesting. He's just standing there dumping exposition about robberies. These two are supposed to be, going head to head. It is supposed to be fucking Heat, but it's Heat with the two worst white guys in the room. And also, it's in fucking Boston. Boston doesn't have fuck for crime. A little bit in the 70s, the Irish mob was pretty bad. But when this is made today, this is not a high crime area, despite what people from Boston will tell you. Charlestown isn't shit for crime. So this whole, we got crime too, and it's so bad here. It's crap. It's wannabe bullshit that doesn't feel true. It doesn't ring true. And it certainly doesn't work in this fucking movie. Renner is given nothing to work with. And it's a shame because he was good at the time. That time is now past. It's just nothing. Like the other guys do you even remember the other guys in the crew's name? Don't look it up.
No.
Name one of them, Kevin.
Jem. That's Renner's name, isn't it? Jem
yeah,
or
that's
Jam?
Renner's name. Yeah.
And
So
even that's
you remember
Jem or
Jim
Jam.
and Doug? Do you remember the others? At all?
The
Babe,
Boston
I'd
Irish.
forgotten,
So
I'd
come
forgotten
on, one of them's
Doug until you said it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mickey. I'm going for Mickey.
There is no Mickey. I'm
God
sorry, but you have failed the test. They're nothing
Dean.
characters.
God damn it.
No, stop. They're nothing. Actually, you know what? I think Titus Welliver's character is Dino. So
Well,
that doesn't count.
One of the guys in the movie, his name is Albert, is Lane from all the John Schwab movies. So yeah.
Oh, really? Really?
Yep. Yep.
Wow. He isn't listed on IMDb. I mean on Wiki. So Albert, no, there he is. Yeah, Slane. Okay. I found him. Right. Well, but what's his character's name, dude?
Albert.
Oh, yeah, you did say that. But that's not what they call him. They
Well,
call him Glonesy.
It's Glonesy in the movie, but his name is Albert.
Did you fucking know that until I said that? No, you didn't. Please, you're playing it off.
No, they said it. They said Albert in the movie one time.
Yeah,
once. But I've seen this movie 40 times.
But they're non-characters. None of them have a personality. None of them do anything. Affleck treats women terribly, and that's his whole character. It's a nothing script that's made by a guy that doesn't know how to get good performances out of people. Gone Baby Gone worked because it had a good cast that didn't need his help. Tragically, you can't say that about Hamm, Renner, and Slane, and O.M. Burke. Titus Welliver can give great fucking performances, but he's given nothing. Chris Cooper is, one of the best actors working at the time that this was made. He's given nothing in his one scene. Lively is shockingly good. I have no idea where that fucking performance came from.
So good.
Yeah, Rebecca Hall is great, but again, she's given nothing. This is a film that's just It's 2 hours of filler around 3 heists, and 2 of them are fine. They're decent heists. The third one, the one that I'm supposed to be like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Like, I don't fucking care, because I already know what's gonna happen next. It's paint by numbers, bland Hollywood trash. I am not a fan.
Well, I love this one a lot, you guys, which is why I picked it. It's one of those movies for me that I can just put on anytime, any day, and it just fucking grabs me from the moment it starts to the moment those end credits roll. I mean, yes, you can call it Heat in Boston, but many heist movies take from Heat now. Almost all of them do. So, I mean, who cares? I love Heat and I love the heist genre, and I just think The Town is fucking awesome. Look, hold on to your heels here, but I fucking love Ben Affleck. Always have. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I think he's great. He's just one of those actors for me that I will legit watch anything he's in, from Reindeer Games to fucking Daredevil, the Jersey Girl, the Hollywoodland, to fucking Forces of Nature with Sandra Bullock. I love the man, and I think he's great in this. And I think his direction is top notch as well. Tight, strong direction, good tension. The shootouts are really good. The second heist in the nun costumes is so fucking good. I mean, that entire sequence is so well done and just so well shot. I think the rest of the cast, like you guys said, is fantastic. Jeremy Renner fucking blew me away in this role. I mean, Renner is another actor that I pretty much watch almost anything and everything he's in. I mean, minus the Marvel stuff because I just don't care about that. But I really like him a lot. Mayor of Kingstown is like one of my favorite currently running television shows right now, and he's great in that as well. I don't know if you guys have watched Mayors of Kingstown, but if you haven't, he's really good in it. Rebecca Hall, I love her. John Hamm, I really like John Hamm. I think he's good in this. Blake Lively is fucking great in this, though. I mean, where did that performance come from? Like, I like Blake Lively. I've liked her in almost everything I've seen her in, like The Shallows, and just I think she's decent, but she's really good in this. I mean, that performance is fantastic. Uh, Pete Postlewaite, and his role is small, but man, his scenes are fucking impactful. That scene where he's talking to Affleck about his doper mother is just it's brutal stuff, and he's so good in that. Just so menacing. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this one, guys. I really like this one a lot, and it's easily one of my favorite heist movies of all time. Like I love Heat, I love Just Set It Off, and I love heist movies. But The Town is easily one of my all time favorites. It's so good, and I enjoy it a lot.
The thing about the Postlethwaite character that sort of bugs me, because I really like him, he like threatens Ben Affleck to make him do the heist, so he does. But then when Ben Affleck decides to kill him, it's really easy because it's two old guys in a flower shop, and it takes him like less than a minute. Like he could have done that the first time round. He did not need to go through with his heist. He could have just walked into that shop at any point and just killed Pete Postlethwaite because it was really fucking easy. It just bugs me a little bit.
Jesus Christ. Okay, before we continue, I was scrolling through Rotten Tomatoes 88 best heist films. The Town has a higher percentage than fucking Heat.
I mean, Tyler,
scrolling through.
you're locked
This
in for the day, and you can only have a disc of The Town
Oof.
or Inside Man. Which one do you pick, Tyler?
The Town.
Oh,
I love Inside
see.
Man. I love Inside Man, but The Town easily. Yeah, the
No,
Town is
you've made your
one.
choice. That is now consigned to the waste bin of cinema.
God, they
Yeah,
have
no, that's-
Baby Driver and Ghost Protocol over fucking Heat also.
Heat isn't even Michael Mann's best heist film.
It's not. It's still
Thief-
better than
Thief
The
is the
Town
king.
and Ghost Protocol. I said it. It's way better than The Town and Ghost Protocol. And Baby Driver.
Agreed.
Did,
The Thief is
did
king.
And the
either
Pink
of you
Panther.
guys?
Sorry.
Did either of you, any of you, read Heat 2 yet? I can't recall if you did.
No, I have it. I have it. I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm really. It's one of those ones where I'm really trepidatious. Like nobody's told me that they've read it, so it's like.
Well, I read it. Did I not tell you I read it?
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah, and I actually really liked it, but I don't know if that will make you any less trepidatious.
Yeah, it does
But
not
it was,
make me.
yeah, considering like I didn't know how it was going to be structured or where it was going to go, and yeah, I actually like how it all how it was all done.
All right. Interesting. So we followed up with Craig's pick. Even Hitler had a girlfriend. It's about
He
security
did.
guard who spends his life savings on call girls in less than 2 weeks. It's written and directed. Well, it's directed by Ronnie Cramer. And Ronnie Cramer is interesting. If you don't know who Ronnie Cramer was, he was a director and artist. He was a visual artist who did like a lot of installations. He wrote. You guys have seen Fritz Lang's Metropolis, right?
I haven't.
I have.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you guys, yeah, the rest of you guys have. You know the score you've heard for Metropolis
Yeah.
is probably the one written by Even Hitler Had a Girlfriend director Ronnie Cramer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he wrote a bunch of scores for like missing, missing scores. The original score exists, but it's, it was lost for a long time. Like a long time. So the most common one in the States was Kramer's, done by I'm trying to remember the Club Foot Orchestra, I think. I think. Anyway, so but that's the one you've probably heard. There was anyway, just so you know. He also did a documentary called Highway Amazon that Tyler would really like about a female bodybuilder, Christine Fetzer. She in 2001 she traveled across the U.S. wrestling men in hotel rooms. It's about her career. It's actually it's actually really good. Highway Amazon is really good. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Even Hitler Had a Girlfriend, which I don't have a lot of notes about Even Hitler Had a girlfriend. I think on paper it's got an interesting idea. I think it's not a bad idea. I just don't think the humor lands, and this is the problem with comedies where it's very subjective. It just doesn't land for me. And Marcus Templeton is a terrible, terrible lead. Or Arden Scott as Marcus Templeton. There's jokes about weight loss crazes and sexual dysfunction and like I appreciate the attempt. It just doesn't work for me. This felt like having my teeth pulled out by a mostly naked fat man who didn't use Novocaine. And instead of looking in my mouth while he's pulling out my teeth, he was watching the cheapest porno he could get his hands on. There's a sequel. I watched the sequel. The sequel is easier to find than the original. You should not watch the sequel either. That's it. That's all I got to say about this one.
Well, I wouldn't even dig around for factoids like Dave because this was a big steaming pile of poo, Craig. I was no, I didn't have a good time with this. I messaged you guys and like the the shot on video stuff from years ago is the equivalent of like found footage iPhone movies now, where everybody can throw stuff together, but it doesn't necessarily make it, I think, like worth being included in lists of movies. This feels very rambling, barely a film because of all the inserts of just nudity and then our main character talking to himself while contemplating nudity or looking at porn or looking up call girls or having conversations with call girls. There are moments that did make me slightly chuckle despite myself. It's always fun to watch and listen to someone try and haggle with a sex worker about like what they have available and what can be offered, and whether they can get a better deal because of their location, and that wasn't too bad. But then it's caught in the middle of everything else, and everything else is dire. I think this script and this idea could have worked if there'd been maybe a little bit more money for the presentation and a little bit more money to actually get some actors, because I don't think Scott does well in actual acting terms. Unfortunately, there are times when that can play okay because of how the character is, and maybe the sort of vibe of a certain scene, but for the most part, you're kind of willing him to do better every time he's stumbling through his lines and delivering something without the tiniest bit of like energy or panache that would need to be underlined as a bit of a zinger. So no, it wasn't good from that point of view. Bizarrely though, I'm watching this and I kept thinking, like, it felt quite similar to Observe and Report. Was that
No,
wasn't
that's
just me, right?
no, that was the first thing that came in my head was Observe and Report.
Yeah, because obviously
Yep.
the loser
Yeah.
security guard guy and his sort of escalating fantasy life that's getting dangerously twisted with reality. So it's not as if I watched this and saw absolutely nothing in it, because there are a couple of ideas sprinkled through it. There's also, I mean, I don't know how they got Jim Norton here to play like his dad for one or two moments. And I'm seeing him, I'm like, did I know that person? And then it turns out, yes, I did. But overall, though, it's awful. And I suspect Craig knew it was awful and was laughing his ass off for most of this week.
Well, you are going to be surprised, Ben.
I don't, it doesn't even have that. It doesn't have that sort of feeling of you being stuck there with a character like fully wallowing either. It's almost in between where it would work best. Doesn't work with the comedy. I think that's mainly because of Scott, but also the script could have been tweaked up a notch or two, and then doesn't work for the grimy, gritty, sleazy side of things. That's me.
So this is like a weird one to review. Like just like on a complete technical level, this might be one of the worst movies we've ever watched on this podcast. I mean, it looks awful. I mean, watching this on a big TV is not the way to go at all. I had to shut it off and watch this shit on my phone. I had to downgrade to watch a fucking movie because I couldn't see anything. It was just like an endless barrage of blurry ass titties. So I just went to my fucking phone. But the sound is really bad and some scenes are just never fucking ending. I'm pretty sure that girl with the lips tattooed on her ass is still dancing in the director's living room at this very moment. There's just no way. I mean, that scene, I swear to God, I felt like it was just never ending. And I'm talking about a movie here where women are dancing naked with their titties out. And I'm just like, is this scene over yet? It's just going on forever. It's meandering. It goes nowhere. And it would have been much better as a short. But I did kind of like things in the movie. First off, it's like it's depressing as fuck in like a super dark, miserable comedic kind of way. I mean, some of his one-liners did kind of have me cracking up. I mean, my chin is being swallowed by the abyss, once known as my neck. I mean, that was a doozy. That made me laugh hard. But every line is like delivered in the most unenthusiastic way to the point that I honestly can't tell if it's on purpose. I mean, the actors are just terrible, or both. I'm gonna go with both. But I like that it kind of feels like you're actually watching home videos of this grubby dude's collection of naked hookers dancing while he eats beef jerky in the bathtub talking to sex workers. I mean, there's another line that I liked. We don't care about AIDS, but don't come in my mouth. That's another one that I liked.
I
But
knew you were gonna like. I knew that was a Tyler line.
yes, that was a great line too. Um, like I said, I was with it for a bit, and I would have definitely loved this as a short. But after a while, his inner monologues just got repetitive. Everything just got super repetitive and dragged on for 45 minutes longer than it should have. I did appreciate the sleaziness of it all, though, and I like how it looked like you're actually watching early '90s shot on video porn. But there's just no reason this needed to exceed 35 minutes. It was just endless, and I didn't hate it, which is like a step up for most of the shot on video stuff we watch on here. But I didn't love it either. It's just too long and just too much after a while.
Dude, there's barely 10 minutes worth of movie in this. And then it just repeats.
No, I mean, you're right.
You people don't appreciate art. That's your problem. Your issue. I really liked this one. I hadn't seen it before. I'd read the synopsis. I read a couple of reviews. I fancied a black comedy that might shift Tyler over to my side. Like, I get that The Craft is wanting, which is a generous way of describing it. Like, I think the acting is actually really excellent for a shot on video film. I think it's really well edited. But yeah, it looks horrible for the most part. But I think in terms of the subject, in terms of the themes, the ideas, is smart, observant, ickily fucking prescient. Like, for me, this is a black comedy that is well ahead of its time when you consider its time. Like 1991, mainstream cinema is going like full tilt, like male gaze erotic thrillers, shit like that. And this is like a VHS crystal ball. It's like the birth of incel culture, before it had a name, or the birth of the so-called loneliness epidemic, which is a shit movement spearheaded by men that puts the onus on women to solve the issue by settling. Like, this put a couple of films in my mind. Yes, but they're anywhere close to this. I'm not going to say this is of a similar quality, but it reminds me of two films. First, and neither of them were Observe and Report. The two films that reminded me first was a kind of Dawn of the Incels Taxi Driver, a kind of what if story where, instead of Travis Bickle like blowing away politicians, he just blows all of his money on prostitutes. And then the second is Angst. You know how much I love Angst from 1983, because like Angst, we're essentially just you're getting a guided tour of a DV mind and his life, like we do with Tyler every week, and it's kind of inescapable. Like, when these so-called erotic videos go on for too long, but they're meant to go on for too long. You're locked in. You're a passenger. You're watching this shit. You're gonna watch all the same dull shit that he's watching. Like, what was worrying was that when I watched this man sitting on his sofa, shirtless in his shorts, eating, watching porn, I was watching this man from my sofa, shirtless in my shorts, eating. It was disturbing. I found it really fucking interesting, and I really liked the lead. I'm sorry, I'm not saying he's a good actor, Scott, but being awkward, being wooden, just played into the character, and I like that character. He's just a kind of hilariously tragic pervert Brando, because he really does look like Marlon Brando. there's a soulful quality that I enjoyed, and really liked the script as well. There were loads of bits that made me laugh. When he talks about his old job where he used to change the aromatic urinal cake. When he's talking to the lady on the chat line, who keeps saying, "I beg your pardon," to try and keep him on the line. I liked watching him play Rock'em Sock'em. Lines like, "I wish I could this one. I wish I could pull my heart out and massage it. I wonder if I'm too young to have a heart." Like, okay, I recognise these sports. I recognise some of these on my own. We watched totally different films. I did not see it as pointless. I think there was a point to all of it. Like, this was a well-observed story about a shitty person with no idea that they're a person who does awful things like videotape strangers and peers through windows and does all these awful things, but is totally unaware because of how what's the word? Because of how, what is it where you think you deserve something when you don't really? You assume that you deserve it to some degree.
Entitlement.
Entitlement. He's so entitled. This shit. This feels like the seed from which all of this incel shit could spawn from. I just think it was so interesting. This fucking film came out in 1990 when the things it wants to talk about are so big now, so like important now. Like I just really fucking liked it. I thought it was really good. My only issue really is the ending, because it's so frustrating that it seems to be very deliberate work ending where he is mistaken for the serial killer and killed. I mean, if he could have had that last person around his flat and he find out that he's a voyeur with a camera, but he's posted these posted bits of the newspaper about the serial killer. He's posted them on his fridge. If she could have seen all of that and shot him, and he'd been, I mean, if I was remaking it, he'd get shot and he'd go to prison, and then he'd get lots and lots and lots of marry him when he was in prison. Be the most perfect fucking ending. But instead, it has the ending that it has, which is really frustrating. Is it really deliberately moving towards this perfect punchline of an ending, which it just didn't do. But I really liked it, and I can't disagree more strongly with the idea that it was pointless and there was nothing to it. I found it very interesting, and I'm probably still not going to watch the sequel. But I didn't have a good time. Look, I watched Even Hitler Had a It's an interesting piece of art in my eyes.
I wish I saw the movie Craig saw, or I wish I had an experience like you did. Instead, I did not.
I don't think anyone else did. Well,
No,
you know what?
No one else did. That's okay.
Online, other people saw it. There are people who saw it the way I saw it, but you know,
it's time to pick one.
The Town.
Yeah, it's The Town.
Yeah, The Town.
I had a bad week this week.
Okay, I'm not trying to deny you, Tyler. I wouldn't do that to you. I genuinely preferred Even Hitler Had a Girlfriend. Next time we pair up, I'm gonna pick such an absolute piece of shit that even I think is shit, but I'll have to vote for you. I won't be able to vote against you. You'll be pleased to know I'm gonna pick the worst piece of absolute garbage that I can find.
I mean, you don't have to do that, because then I have to watch it. You can pick a good movie. It's cool. I don't mind if you vote against me. It's all good.
Yeah, Tyler doesn't care.
I don't give a shit.
But that's in the future, because next week, it's the end of this month, and Kevin still has 2 movies to reveal in his Comedy Didn't Die.
The Hitler tapes and
so we are. I think I've already told you we're watching One of Them Days, and we're watching Babes. Now, the third one is a character comedy that I really liked. I hope you enjoy. It's female-led again. It's Drugstore June. That was from last year as well. But to make up for this, because I realised I've gone for 3 of these comedies that are very female-centric. That's no bad thing. But I just injected a load of testosterone at the end because it's from a few years back. It's Chuck Steele, Night of the Trampires. And I
Wait,
know
I'm
Tyler
sorry.
will love that because it's
Night
like
of the
stop
what?
motion animation. Night of the Trampires.
Okay.
Okay.
In an ideal world, you guys love all those choices and they bring you much joy and laughter. In a second best ideal world, we enjoy most of them. Tyler cries because he's been made to watch another animated movie and goes on about how much he hates it. But I think this might win you over because you'll still have goodwill from the other films as well. So we shall see.
Imagine if Tyler doesn't laugh once all week, all 4 films. The misery.
No, I know he likes one of them days, so he's got a banker.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is-
That's a given right there.
Has Babes got the actress from Broad City, Ilya? I really like her.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does. Ilya Glazer.
Oh, I love Ilya Glazer. Ilya Glazer. There we go.
I think your good lady would enjoy watching that with you if you can time it. I think I think she'd certainly have some big laughs at the main opening sequence at the very
She kind of
least.
hates comedy, so I doubt it.
That makes
I very
sense.
much doubt it.
Does she hate comedy, or does she hate like so much of the comedy that is like directed at guys more than? Because Babes is very much it's not like directed at women, but well, it kind of is, and it speaks more to female relationships and friendships.
And it's written by a guy.
Dave, don't undermine my main point. Glazer helped co-write it, so that's something. But it's it's still different from a lot of the Stephanie might just dislike a lot of the bro comedies that have been more popular and well known in the past.
Well, the 2 times I've seen her laugh the most were the bit where Sex Farm starts in This Is Spinal Tap, because that's just a beautiful moment, and the bit in Man with Two Brains where he asks the portrait of his wife to give him a sign, and ends up spinning round.
That's a classic bit.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's very, very hard work.
Hey, Tyler, do you want to celebrate your victory by giving him the business?
I would love to. We're on Instagram, Raiders_of_the_podcast. We're on Facebook, where I sometimes remember to post stuff on Wednesdays, or Kevin has to remind me via Instagram post. We have a YouTube channel where you can like, subscribe, and comment and watch Kevin's awesome videos weekly. We have a Discord, we have a Blue Sky, and you can always email us at raidersofthepodcast@gmail.com.
Woo!
As always, thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you next week.
Yep. See you next week, guys.
Video.